You listen to me, you go to the top. Bobby! Bye-bye!
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby?
She made muffins. So
and nobody got it. So the day we reached the radio station, I passed by the mailroom. I saw all the different shoots. If I'd have had time, I'd have switched everything to mail. But in the back of the plane was the best place to sit. You know how to lock the bathrooms from the outside? You ever seen it says occupied or vacant? There's a little slit there or a nub. That's in case someone's in there and gets sick, so they can get in. What you do is you take your nail file and you flip it up. It says occupied. Now, when I used to go to Japan, I'd lock all the bathrooms on the 747s except one. I'd leave open for children and women. And they would stand there in line. I always lock the bathrooms after lunch. So they'd stand there in lines forever. They never try to open the door. They'd say occupied. Pedro Morales is on the plane. He's sitting in the front row on the aisle. I'm sitting in the back. And the plane takes off, and I see him looking back. He's looking to the sign. I know he wants to go to the bathroom. So just as the plane takes the seatbelt sign up, I see Pete get up. So I get up. I'm right there. I reach in and get him Kleenex, shut the door, and I pop the lid. I sit back down. Now Morales comes. He goes up the door. I go, Pete. He's standing there. I hear him go, Amigo. There's nobody in there. I got to pee. Nobody in there. He finally goes back to his seat, but he keeps looking back. So I get up, I open the door. He sees me, he jumps up. I shut the door and lock it. He comes back, nobody there. And he had a pair of gabardine pants on, but he couldn't say it right. He said, what the hell is going on? He says, I'm going to piss my gabardinos. I told him, I said, you beat Nick one more time, you get to keep him.
Put the word in the streets.